It's all about the power and the money and the fame. Get it out the concrete, that's how we made the name. Bow down, kiss the ring. Wear my flaws like a crown, that's why they call me the king. All about the power and the money and the fame. Get it out the concrete, that's how we made the name. Bow down, kiss the ring. Wear my flaws like a crown, that's why they call me the king. K-I-N-G, yeah, they gon' envy. I'm still street, you get the beats like an MP. Still staying 10T, low to my Benji. Dirt all on my boots, all on my heels like a ZNC. Hey man, hey, good evening. It's your boy Rajeen, aka the King of Romance on Black Men's Inc. I'm hanging out with my co-host.
What's going on, y'all? It's the man, the real Justice, man. We got something a little different, man. We got something a little different. Y'all gonna be thoroughly impressed with this one.
We bringing in Mr. Michael Guinn, man. Good evening, sir. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, man, thank you so much, both of y'all, for having me on the show. I am honored to be here tonight.
Man, we appreciate the time, man. Thank you for coming on. Hey, we like to get straight into it, man. Hey, so first of all, since we are Black Men's Inc., we like to talk about books first. Kind of put the people up on what you've written and where they can find it.
Okay, well, I've published a couple of books, man. One of them is called Crying in Colors. The other is called Moist. They're both available on Amazon, or they can get them straight from me. But Amazon.com, just put in my name, Michael Guinn, and you can find me.
Okay. So talk a little bit about Crying in Colors. You know, what is it about, and what's the background on it?
Well, Crying in Colors is a book about it's like an autobiography of my life through poetry. I tell the story of coming up as a black man in East Texas. I'm a country boy, and I just it's kind of an evolving from a kid to a teen to how I got out of the hood to college to now acting and doing a lot of things in the community. So that's what it's about. It's kind of I call it a poemography. Like that's my life through poetry.
I like the way that sounds. Poemography. So how long have you been writing poetry?
Since December 21st, 1997. I remember the day.
Okay. So is it something that came natural to you, or is it something that you took on because of the struggle?
A little bit of both, man. I worked as a CPS investigator for the state of Texas, and that job was a tough job. So I came in one day and put my head down on my desk from a real long day of child abuse and neglect. I just put my head down and started crying. And when I lifted my head, I had a pen in my hand, and the first thing I wrote was, "What good is my master's degree if I can't be the master of me?" And I've been writing ever since.
Man, I like that. What good is my master's degree if I can't be the master of me? Man, that's crazy. That's insane. So what really drives you to continue to write? Are you trying to make a change in your community? Are you trying to make a statement? Like who are you trying to reach?
I am trying to reach all people, but mainly I want to be an example in that reach to other African-American men who may not have had the father figure that they wanted, may not have had the upbringing that they wanted, but there is always something that the higher power gives us if we're just listening. It's a way to evolve ourselves. And so I want to be an example of that to anybody else that's coming up, that, hey, there's always a way out or a way in if you're just listening. You have everything you need. All you got to do is apply yourself. So I want to be that example. And I think I've done that adequately over the last 20-something years.
Okay. And that's definitely what we need now with this younger generation. Is just it's funny how I wrote a book. I wrote my first book last year, and it opened up so many doors to be able to mentor. Appreciate it. To be able to mentor the younger generation, young men. I always wanted to find a door into
having that avenue to be able to mentor and teach. I'm ex-military. I also hold a master's. Just give them a visual role model that for somebody who looks like them that came from the same place they might be in. Fortunately, my father was always around, but I still grew up. I still grew up in a hood environment, and it just gave me a direction to want to do better and be able to mentor. Like I said, younger. I got a 24-year-old son, and he's doing good things. So as a father, that's what you want to see, but also as a man who's made a path or made a career for himself, you want to be able to give those tools to the younger generation so they can do the same thing. So we definitely need men like you, mentors, as such, teachers as such, and not just for younger generation. I feel like this is something we need for our older generation as well, because some men miss that chapter in life. People don't understand. A lot of men. I'm 48, so a lot of men, even at 48, have missed that chapter to where they learn how to be a man. And they weren't taught, chivalry. They weren't taught manners. They weren't taught how to respect. And these things are very important. Because like I said, once you miss that chapter in life, you have to either go back and learn it, or you spend the rest of your life, being who you are, and that's not always where you want to be. So, like I said, I commend you. I definitely commend you on your achievements and accomplishments, man. That's incredible. That's crazy. I mean, even me, I always look. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, first of all, thank you for your service. I'm also a veteran. I just want to say that. And second, man, it sounds like you have a volume. Sounds like you have a volume of work that also is very complimentary of what you're trying to do here of the show. Looks like you're in the right place where you need to be, my brother.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. It's just like I definitely like meeting other brothers who are doing big things, because that keeps me on the journey. A lot of times we lose our way on the journey because we're trying to help and we get frustrated. I've learned that having the tools to be able to help, they stay pretty sharp if you keep using them. But if you get to the point where you stop using the tools that you have, you lose that. I coach a 14-year-old football team, and these young men, some of them go through things, and they seek us, the coaches, they seek that as a family or as a role model, to be able to move forward and do, because I've learned over the years that a lot of young men, especially men of color, don't feel like they have the tools to become what they want to become. They think, okay, I'm black, I can't be that. I'm black, I can't become that. And it's terrible when you feel like a color taints you from being able to become successful. So definitely, man, keep on with your journey. So, I agree. So let me ask you, man. So your first book is, you said it's Crying in Colors, and the name of your other book was again? I'm sorry.
The name of the other book was just me playing around with the sensual spoken word. It's called Moist. It's romantic stuff, nothing crazy, just romantic. But I named it that way because I dabble in the sensual spoken arts, realm. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So.
Gotcha.
So I created two books because I wanted Crying in Colors to be, serious, take me serious. This is my life. And I didn't want to add all the other stuff to that. Plus, I can't take that book in the church. You know what I'm saying? I can't take can't take Morris in the church. I can take Crying in Colors and give the pastor a copy of that, but I can't take Morris. So I separated them so I could have, the play life, your fun, free, all that stuff, and then have the serious stuff that people can take you serious about, and get that book in the hands of people who will, see that I'm serious about, my walk.
Okay. So now we talked about the ink, and I read your bio, and I seen that you dabbled in the film industry as well. How did you get into the film industry? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know what? Sorry for that. Sorry. Excuse me.
No problem.
I started. I walked into an audition in Sacramento, California, one Saturday afternoon, didn't know it was an audition, thought it was an open mic, and shared a poem. And they cast me for the lead in this play. And ever since then, that's how it's been going. I've been doing, poetry slams, traveled all over the country, all over the world, doing these things. And then, I'm such a natural at it, I guess, with memorization, that it kind of just worked for acting. And then, auditioned for a couple of short films, some documentaries, but everything moved through the poetry and spoken word realm. That's how people were seeing me until I got into acting real hard and heavy. Now I have 2 seasons on Amazon Prime for a series called Peter, where I play Unc. I play a bad guy, somebody that stole my money. You know what I'm saying? I got to get it back. And then, of course, I've done a lot of films out of Houston, out of Dallas, out of Los Angeles, and some stuff, and some indie films and stuff that are coming out. But a lot of work and a lot of auditions. I even got an agent now. So, but that's how it happened. I walked into an audition one day and read a poem, and then acting. Okay, then that's the rest is history. Now I'm doing a lot of work, almost as much work. I still work full time as a social worker here in Dallas. I work for City Square. I work with former foster kids who have aged out of foster care and who are homeless. So my job is to provide housing and help and college and everything that I live. Yeah, so I do that. So and we pay their rent and we take care of them, and and it's never off day when you're a social worker. You know what I'm talking about. It's always something when you're in the community. And so, but besides that, the job allows me the flexibility because most of the people at the job know of me as a performance poet, years back, and they allow me to have kind of a duality, or dual, I get my vacation times and I get off work and I go do a 3-day shoot and I come back to work. So I'm fortunate enough to have a job where I can take care of my family and then still, be able to do what I love, which is anything that has to do with performance arts.
Man, that is incredible, man. And it's crazy you say that because I'm actually, my book is actually being written into a screenplay as we speak. So that's something we'll talk offline about that. We definitely need to talk. It's something that once I released my book last year, from day one, I've been, this needs to be a movie. This needs to be a movie. And so I actually contacted the screenwriter, and him and I talked and kind of came to terms. But it's something that's incredible. You know what I'm saying? That walk, man, that you're doing it, man. I love the fact that you're out there helping, man. And these because a lot of people don't think about the kids that actually, age out of foster care. You don't think about, what these kids, what do they do after they become young adults? And so, with that being said, man, I appreciate, man. I commend you on your incredible journey, man. A good friend of mine, matter of fact, like my little brother, his matter of fact, on his shirt, Chivalry. The owner of Chivalry, he does a lot of the same thing, mentoring boys and girls. He has a new program, a virtual program for Boys and Girls Club. There's a lot of stuff that we do that help, what I'm saying? Because like I said, we can't, these kids didn't ask to be here. I think I lost.
Right.
I lost the screen. So anyway, these kids didn't ask to be here. And, when you bring a child into this life, it's not his or her fault that you put them in this situation. And there's a lot of people that don't see that. True. A lot of people that don't see the consequences behind, not being able to take care of a kid and leaving them on their own. I think we lost Justice. I was hoping to get back on some way or another. We lost him, but we've talked to multiple people, right? Multiple men that have been through the same thing. They lost their parents at a young age. They were left to fend for themselves. So with that being said, it's just like we, as successful Black men or men of color, we have an obligation, I would say, to be able to help the best way we can. Right. And like I said, when I meet brothers like you, man, I'm very inspired to do something more. No matter what I'm doing, hey, I'm gonna do more because I can. When I can, and when you can do more, you should. Like I said, we got, we got, like I said, we're busy a lot of times, but we're busy because we're doing stuff to help doing things that's going to help out society, man. And like I said, we continue to move forward with that, man. That is an awesome trait to have, man. So let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
So with the movies, like with the movies and the books, is there any plans to come together do you do anything as far as the art, I guess the artwork of what you do that I guess contributes to helping your social work? Like does any of your artwork connect to your social work? Is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, actually, funny you should say that. I also have a nonprofit called Uplift Your Life, and what we do is we use creative arts and performance arts to promote social awareness and mental health with young adults. So that's my nonprofit, and it actually kicks off this year. So, but I've always connected social awareness and entertainment together because I don't do shows just for money or there's always a message. There's always a method or a madness or a mission involved in what I do. And I've done it so much that people actually hire me to host. As a matter of fact, I've got a show here I've got to get into in just in a little while here. But and I've told sister that I've got a show tonight at 7 here in Wichita, so I'll probably be getting out. But they hire me to come because they like the fact that, one, if you're raised, you mentioned chivalry earlier. So these are traits that you're raised to have. If you were raised, you have chivalry, respect, manners, open doors, closed doors. You respect people's time. Unlike Justin, we'll talk to Justin later about that. But we respect people's time, and when they call us in, we're going to come in and set up our table. We're going to be about 30 minutes early. We would have already talked all the talking points. So people kind of like that professionalism, that we were raised with. We were raised just that way, start and end on time. And that has value. So that's another example of me, no matter what the event is, I'm still mentoring. I'm still guiding. I'm still being an example of being on time, being where I seem to be, filling in when I need to, being that on-stage mentor, being calm when everybody else is, going crazy. And that also, especially in the African American community, is also something that's much needed. We need professionals who understand how to get out of the moment without no drama, and then by later. And that has value, like you're doing now. You're doing that quite well.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'll tell you this, and first of all, let me say this too. Thank you for your service, sir. And it's something I felt like the military instilled in me. Like for me, like I said, my dad was always around, and taught me valuable lessons. And I was part of an unbroken cycle. And what people don't understand is when you come from a broken cycle, you miss something. That means your ends are not connecting. You miss something. So I came from an unbroken cycle to where everything connected, and the military just filled it in. And like I said, that comes with respect.
Yeah.
It comes with, that chivalry comes with respect. It comes with loyalty, honor, and so these are all traits that especially our young men, because our young men, we have to teach our young men how to treat our young women, and chivalry. And something my brother always says, on top of teaching chivalry to our young men, we had to teach our women how to expect it. You can't if you don't know what chivalry is, you don't know what to expect, you don't know how to receive it. And when we don't expect, when we don't receive, when they don't receive chivalry, they don't know how to be treated. And as I said, as men of color, we have to teach our daughters how to, demand. We got to teach our daughters how to demand respect. We can listen to music, and there's all this music out here that's, questionable or whatever. And we listen to questionable music when we was young, but we can't let the music teach our children. They can listen to music all day, but we can't let it be their teacher. And with that being said, it's like I said, people like yourself, you come in and we continue to show that there is, still men out here that believe in teaching chivalry, teaching respect, teaching loyalty, and man, we continue to move forward, man. And like I said, it's and I'm looking at my comments. Look, you got fans in my comment section already.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Okay.
yeah, they just
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
So with that being said, though, I know you're not gonna be here long. I know we got about another 10 minutes with you. But
I'm
let me ask you this.
gonna try and stay as long as I can, brother.
Okay. So
No. But I'm at the place. I've got my clothes. You know how we
okay.
do. We wear them shorts. We just pop them pants on, put them shoes on, slide in there like they came. Right, we good to go.
Gotcha. So what I do want to do is I want to see if I can get you to give us a couple of poems for you roll out, man. Because I know
Okay.
you got some fans on there, man. And like I said, I'm a poet myself. And like I said, I've been writing poetry since a teenager, and but I literally just found my voice as far as presentation. So so I'm definitely something new I'm working on. So and like I said, we'll definitely connect even after the show.
Yes, sir.
And so I definitely know more about
it. Justin too.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. If I can get them back on. So listen, man. Yeah. So for your fans, man, and for me, man, let's hit us with something that you feel like is a piece of work that you like to put out to the people, man.
Excuse me. All right, man. I'll do a short piece. I've done this before. Some of them might have heard it. I'm doing it for the radio. This is radio, y'all. So we got to do those things. You know how it is. All right. So here's a little piece I've done. It's called Every Day. Here it is. If I could capture a rainbow, I'd wrap you in my favorite colors and paint you perfect. And if you truly knew you the way I do, you'd know why I'd get down on my hands and knees, reach inside my soul, gather moonbeams and starlight, arrange them in a beautiful bouquet, place them at your feet and say, I grew those for you. And every day, all I do is think of ways to do and say more than I did the day before to tell you how much I miss you. And right now, all I ever want to do is to take you Tuesday, wake you Wednesday, quit your Thursdays till Friday, then sit Saturday, sipping your Sundays till Monday. You see, I just want to love you daily. I want you to get sprung in the spring, sizzle in the summer, feast on me falling, calling as you and I anticipate the autumn and get wild below the waist in winter because my love is all the season you need. I want you to go crazy as I slide off your January, pull down your February, March, right up in between your Aprils as May becomes June, and your July lays naked in the August of my September till you remember that October was when my naughty November eves inside your delicious December. Listen, woman, all I'm trying to say is I want to love you every day. Point.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See that? Look. Right. As a poet, you make me want to go back to the lab.
No, man, you good, man. You good, man. I know you being nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Guinn, man. That's hey, I like that, man. Look. Told you got fans.
All right, okay. I don't know what they're saying. I can't see them, but I trust you though.
They just clapping.
Okay, good.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll drop this other piece right here, and then I'll stop with the poems and get ready to get out of here. I wish I could stay. This is very fun. This is so much fun, my brother. I wish I could stay, but I want to say before I go,
we'll have you on again, man. We'll definitely have you on.
I would love to come back. I would love to come back when I'm at home in my studio, like you and yours right now, looking all comfortable. I don't know, you got the background up. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that in professional, but trust me, you ask anybody, wherever this is, I'm gonna make sure it's on every Facebook page, every Instagram, every Twitter. That's what I do, and people know me that I really promote quality stuff. So I really appreciate you being
appreciate that, man. Definitely.
And Justin too, wherever he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I got. He must have lost power or something because they sometimes they have storms up their way. So
yeah,
well, he's usually back on, but. No doubt.
I got you a week.
So this is what we're gonna do. I'm since I know you got to roll, I'm gonna let you run another poem. And when you finish your poem, let people know where they can find you one more time, and then I'll run the intro, and then we'll roll out.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give you one
I
more.
appreciate you, man. Thank you again.
No problem, man. No problem. We definitely gonna have you on again, man. We're gonna run a full hour. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Michael Guinn.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. All right. This is an original piece I wrote as a kind of a letter to my mom. It's called Bastard. It comes from a real place. You said I was born a bastard. That's what you told me, mama. Dark moon of your nightmare, half and half, but not whole of a sum from a story retold over and over again from the center of my soul. I was just 3 minutes removed from being torn from the uterus of then back when the sun turned its back and shadows cry. And even though just a seed, I could still feel you bleed from Daddy's dirty deed, but he was the bastard, mama, not me. I remember swimming inside you near death. And when you were well enough to feel my movement, your anger and resentment rumbled like thunder. And I wondered how much longer I had to be before you got rid of me. And even though an unwanted fetus, I knew who I was, mama, your son, the unchosen one. But in the ovum of that moment, I felt you conceived my existence, no longer resisting the urge to murder the unborn metaphor and leave me lying in a pool of aborted promises. And that day was the day I learned to escape danger by dodging coat hangers, jamming with the anger of the desperate stranger you become. That day I felt you scraping and screaming as you started to be free of me, and you almost did, mama, but I hung on, clinging to your womb like a dangling participle, clutching a poem yet written. I survived, mama. I survived to prove that statistics just don't fit, and I ain't nobody's damn misfit. Now I still hear you screaming, boy, you ain't gonna be spit. But I am. And I will no longer be a pun for food stamps or income tax, because I am more than that. I am more. I am more than just sperm, jealousy for the tomb of my father's already limp affections. I am more than that. I am more. And I wish you'd love me like I loved you. I wish you just loved me like I loved you. I loved you, mama. Still, you said I was born a bastard. So this poem is for all those times you beat me for looking like him. And this line, the tie that binds me to the umbilical of those moments where you made me feel like a weed without roots at the foot of an empty family tree. There was no one there, just me, but I am not like my father, mama. I am living proof that flowers can bloom from deceit. I am not like my father, mama, because 1% of you inside me is the reason why I believe in we've come a long way from belt buckles and criticism. And I just want you to know that all the love I ever knew grew to create me from you. And I'm gonna take all this power and all this rage, leave my heart and soul on the Black Ink Men stage for you, because I am not a bastard, mama. I'm a poet. I'm a social worker. I'm a man. I made it. And one day my metaphors will open up heaven's doors and leave tear prints across the sky. And that day, that glorious, wonderful day, you and I will soar. Happy Mother's Day, mama.
Wow. Man. Oh my God. Hey, if they didn't feel that, man, they don't have feelings. Oh my God. Bro. Man. Bro. Look at that, man. Amazing. That's crazy. Man.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, you literally single-handedly just made me better as an artist. And that's crazy. You just made me better as an artist, man. Man.
You,
hey, I appreciate the time, man. Let people know where they can find you at. And you said you had a show on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, it's called Peter, the series. So it's on Amazon Prime. Right, and or just Google Michael Guinn anywhere and I'll come up. But if you want to go to my website, it's MikeGuinn.biz. That's MikeGuinn.biz, or just Google Michael Guinn poet, and everything that everything's on there. IMDb, any of the websites, all the social media. I'm on all of those. Send me a follow. I'll follow back, and when I get out of follow jail, and because I've been following a lot of people. So there you go. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
Man, thank you for coming on the show, man. This time has been a blessing, man. For real. We do panels, man, and we about to do a panel. You got to be on this panel. Like I said, the wisdom,
I love to.
The art, man, it's incredible. Like I said, you literally single-handedly just made me a better artist. So, like I said, remember, clap it up for you one more time, man.
I appreciate that.
Look, go out there and do what you do. I know you about to go do another show. Go do what you do, and look. We'll be in touch, man.
Yes,
we're gonna definitely get together. Hey, good talking to you, man. We out. Hey, it's been your boy Rasheen.
God bless. Excellent job. Thank you.
AKA Mr. King of Romance, chilling with Mr. Michael Guinn. Man, it's been real. Have a good one.
It's all about the power and the money and the fame. Get it out the concrete, that's how we made the name. Bow down, kiss the ring. Wear my flaws like a crown, that's why they call me the king. All about the power and the money and the fame. Get it out the concrete, that's how we made the name. Bow down, kiss the ring. Wear my flaws like a crown, that's why they call me the king. K-I-N-G.